Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark came out on January 28th, 2005, which was exactly 7,003 days ago, which makes today April 1st. Come on, you didn't actually think I was going to defend Alone in the Dark. It's a terrible movie. I actually just rewatched it. Before I made this April Fool's joke, I rewatched it. It's on Tubi, so free with commercials. And honestly, it wouldn't be so bad, as with many of Uwe Boll's video game to film adaptions. It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't have the video game's name associated with it. It was a clear, piggyback on the success of The Matrix. A few years late, if you ask me. There's slow-mo bullet time, there's wire fu, and that's just in the first 15 minutes. Alone in the Dark, the movie, is like horror the way that the Doom movie and the Ghosts of Mars, John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, is horror. Like, there are horror elements, there are gnarly things, and there's monsters, but it's action and blood. Honestly, there are some pretty cool shots, if you ask me. Like, there's one scene where it's just a big shootout. The music, obviously, is mid-2000s hard rock nonsense, but there's this bit where one of the infected zombie-ish kind of things jumps down from a balcony and someone blasts it with a machine gun. And honestly, the effects weren't even that bad. This could have been, if they would have just not called it Alone in the Dark and not called the main character Edward Carnby, it would probably have just been a fine action flick. It's got xenomorph rip-off monsters that they actually call Xenos. It's got big action set pieces. Again, it was 2005, so wire fu and bullet time were fine, as was wearing a trench coat and that being cool. So, I mean, not like the video says. This is clearly a joke. There's no defense of the Alone in the Dark movie, but you also won't want to scratch your own eyes out after watching it, I want to say. I mean, if you're of the millennial generation where The Matrix, you've got a small part in your heart where The Matrix is still, super freaking cool. I mean, it's got Tara Reid, who's the worst, except for in the Sharknado movie. She finally found her calling. And it's got Christian Slater, who's a giant dork. Just a giant dork. You can't go wrong. I would say the one scenario where you can't go wrong is watching Alone in the Dark with people and alcohol. That would probably be a good time. April Fools. Sorry if I'm sorry if you unsubscribed without even watching this. That would be a bummer.